Hello and welcome to BeamNG 0.38, where I won't just be showing you the smaller things in the update, but a ton of other like big huge things. But first thing I'll show you is not this vehicle. It will be the new UI for the free roam. It kind of takes what has been in what the updates have done with the vehicle selector and just put it into the maps. Let's go Italy, and one of the new things also is a new area. So quarry, and let's go with the new vehicle, the Hirochi HT55. And one of the other things I noticed while loading in is the materials, not materials, but the loading screen is slightly different. It's a bit more rounded off at the edges rather than what it was before. So, yeah, they added two brand spanking new vehicles and a new map in one of the oldest maps in the game, Italy. Yeah, it's kind of insane. Like, this entire chunk right here has been carved out of a mountain, and now there's a ton, like a huge area, and there's still more over there, except for my render distance isn't proving it justice. And if you didn't notice, the new vehicles are huge. For reference, this is my snowman character. Hello. But yeah, these things are huge. Now, I'm just gonna start off with the HT55, well, Hirochi HT55, and it's, well, huge and super interactable. And we'll get to the WL40 in a moment. I mean, they could have done WD40, but anyway. I'm not sure if you can enter. Oh, yep, you can enter. You can get up here with your snowman. But this thing has insane detail, and if you're wondering what this is, it is, come on, the cover for, I think, for a 20.4 liter, huge, diesel inline six producing almost just about 700 horsepower and around 3,000 newton meters of torque, which is this much in freedom units. And yeah, it's absolutely massive. And the torque is actually half of what the biggest, the vehicle that has the most torque, which is a maxed out T-Series, aka the Destroyer. The T84S Destroyer. Literally insane. And if you close the hatch, you can go in here, and there's a huge amount of detail. So just close. Just, no. Oh, you have to hold that. Yeah, the amount of detail that's in this truck, and that's the parking brake, like the switches. You can even toggle the ignition level. And then you can even click and hold. There's a ton of stuff, and you might be wondering what this is. This is, as you can see in the top left, hill assist. So that means when you're going down a really steep cliff or whatever, it'll automatically brake. And one unique thing about this vehicle is it doesn't have regular rack and pinion type steering. It actually has orbital steering. And to quickly show you what that means in a way, I'll quickly go into free cam, go down here, and depending on what your RPM is, it depends on how fast your wheel moves. So quickly do from lock to lock with idle. Okay, and then if you go back to the interior, there is, I believe, I found the button. So if you click this, I can't move the wheel. If you click this, it puts your idle RPM higher. So going back to the example before, from lock to lock, that was however many seconds. But if I go full screaming RPM, look at how fast it is now. Now it's moving around because I have the parking brake disabled whenever you whenever you hit the gas. But it's kind of insane, and then throw it into gear, and then off you're going. There are actually a ton of different configurations for this. Like, actually can go pretty quick. I mean, it's meant for this. I mean, it is a mining truck, but as you can see right here, there's a ton of marble, because this is actually a marble quarry that was just about bad. But enough about this vehicle. Let's check out the other vehicle, the WL40. Ignore that. This is the WL40, which I am not too familiar with payloaders or wheel loaders for some people. But this thing, like, everything is so insanely detailed. Like, even on the HT55, like, all this, you might be able to see it, all this tubing and stuff, you can actually move around, I think. No, that's not tubing. But a better example is, well, the WL40, because you can actually move around the the hoses, which is actually insane. And Mouillet does a way better description of this, but he said, but it actually goes to places where it makes sense, which is interesting. And another thing is, if you hop up here, you can actually open up these hatches here, which is really cool. And I'm just gonna quickly free cam. You can actually see a small drive shaft that goes from the engine to the main engine to the radiator to cool it. Hello, snowman. And then obviously you get this engine, which I'm actually not sure. I think it might be a V8. So yeah, this engine is a 1100 cubic inch diesel V8, which is insane. With this particular version, it makes 450 horsepower and almost 2,000 newton meters of torque. That is actually insane. Just for reference, like your regular family sedan or whatever, has like 300 max. What's this? Oh yeah, that's where you can access the engine and do all your maintenance. And this interior is also insane. I would recommend using this with a controller. My wheel is conflicting with this, so I'm going to quickly unplug my wheel. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a drink here. But it's recommended to be used with a controller, which makes sense. And one thing I haven't really seen people say is this almost makes the BeamNG logo, which is kind of neat. There are other improvements, like the UI, but if you click on this little eye, it shows you the extra things. So if you hold right bumper, you can actually use the sticks to control it, and same with the HT55. I keep on forgetting I'm using manual mode because of my wheel. Now this thing doesn't self-center. I think this thing can lift what, 30 tons or something like that. I wonder if it can pick up this. Wow, impressive. But with these new heavy machinery vehicles, there's obviously going to be some new props. And let me just quickly pull some of them out. Oh, first, I'll show you guys the rest of the configurations. And here are some of the configurations for the WL40. You have no dump bed. There's one that's already loaded with rocks. And then there's another marble quarry spec. Then probably the regular marble quarry or that. Just loaded. There's a car crusher which has no steps or anything. Rough terrain, Jade. And then there's a Jado version. Yeah, I'm not sure who approved that, but oh well. And then now, there's this one just for towing stuff. There's forks, which is interesting. Two bucket ones, neat, and a log sorting one. Curious. Before I get too distracted, let me just quickly pull out some of the other props. As you can see, I loaded in some of the new and remastered props. So the remastered one is actually the logs, and I also loaded in some of the separate configurations, like the log loader, like the log snabber one, or log snabber, the log one, and also the one with the forks to grab the marble block. But for right now, I'm just gonna slam that against the ground, tilt it, I don't know, something like that. Rev it, dump it, speed, and I have loaded it up, and then I can just slap it in reverse. Now, I do recommend using it with a controller. Like, it makes a lot more sense considering the actual, like, thing itself is operated with a joystick on the interior. And one thing I forgot to mention is the actual seats have air suspension, which is kind of cool. But first, I'm going to load up my rocks, my pile of rocks. I turned in way too late there. Oh well, I'm going to do some micro adjustments to get lined up a bit better. And then break. Then what you do, okay, no, I'm not good at this. And then you dump it in there. And then back her up. And then voila. And the nice thing about the new modifiers and stuff is you can do things like that to to have other bindings for stuff, which is very convenient, especially for stuff like this. So it's kind of nice to have. But right now, I'm just going to throw it off a cliff. Ooh, my controller's going bananas because of the new vibration. Ooh, yeah, it's broken. Anyway, this. So, yeah. So now, cinder block. Marble block. So line it up, break. Down, no, down. Bit like that. Bit of a shove. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Yeah. And I even picked the heavy duty option for this. So, up. Okay. And then you can do stuff like this. Now, one thing I haven't tried is the log loader one, which they have actually drifting. They have actually updated the oh, I forget what it's called, the log trailers. That way it actually works with these longer logs, because they did have the logs. That's a lot of logs in a sense, but they did have them before, just not like they updated like the J-beam stuff, which is basically like, in simple terms, like if you don't really know this game that well, it's just the collision mesh and how they interact with each other, which is kind of neat, I think. So do that. Up. Oh, and hold on. Brakes. And then, oh, that's not what I wanted. And then doink. Normally you do that a bit more majestically than that. Again, I'm also using this on a regular controller, and I'm having to relearn my thinking for this, and I haven't done really anything like this in real life. But yeah, it's actually kind of fun. And another thing is they actually updated some of their missions, and they added some new quick start ones. And but donk, it shredded in half. Oosh. Did anything hydraulic work? No. So down. As you can tell, I am not good at this. Not at all. Wow, that's actually a really big load, like of logs. Neat. And there are some other missions, I think, called logging around or something. And they do have you take the logs. And I'm pretty sure this thing can, like, lift 30 tons. So maybe we gotta try lifting some cars. But, again, with the new, like this new area, new core area, there's new missions and stuff, which is nice to see. So drop that. Hit the brakes, and bada bing, bada boom. Does any of the hydraulics still work, or is it just all... No shot. The knuckle's broken, though. Like, to keep it actually in place. But it's still mostly... Hey! Look at that! You can see the tubes moving. Ha! The amount of detail that goes into this game. It's still kind of nice to see all the new stuff that they've actually done, and I think this might be one of the bigger updates. And one thing, quickly about the marble blocks, is, well... They actually watch the block break into tinier pieces. My controller is going bananas. So it finally loaded in, and here's the intro. So here's the description for the rally stage kind of thing. This large lap around the coastal road and through the quarry is a real fast test for you and your opponents. The Autobello Piccolina, very fitting for this Italian map. Holy, this thing can indeed shift. Hello, sir. I'm in 5th. Wait, what? Thing number 6? No, just 5 years. Wow. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see me either do just a full video on the, new scenarios, or maybe even, heck, even maybe a live stream, let me know down in the comments, because I would actually like to do that. Or, even more career mode, because they've done a ton of updates to that. Shows you how much I rally. Clutch kick, the drift exit once again. I'm dead. Pink is running into walls worser than... worser? What? English out the window. Don't fall off the dang cliff. I'm having to do so much small correcting. Dump it down a second. This almost looks like Herbie from Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, for crying out. Let me finish, at least! I don't want much more. If you break, I'll ram into the back of you. Bye-bye. Sir spins a lot, except for that's me. Saying I might, possibly, I'm not 100% sure yet, might be trying out a new game. Ugh, but it still kind of relates to Beam. Where did everybody else go? Holy. Anyway, hope you guys liked it. Let me know if I missed it. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything. I probably did. Probably just the career mode stuff. But, anyway, if you guys liked it, if you did, smash like, subscribe. See you on the next one. BattleBox, out. My wheel is trying to kill me. I'm gonna stop the recording before it actually does kill me. Bye!